All right, I think Gebing's up first as he announces his keep first.
So if Victor knows what's up with this matchup,
Yeah.
then him being on the play is relevant
Oh, he is on the play.
because he can spend more time fetching islands and plains.
And he's fetched a basic island here.
So he knows what's up.
So, all right. And we're going to lead with the Serum Visions here. Looks at two.
Scries them both to the top.
Both to the top. Powerhouses.
Must have been.
I'm a little excited here because Gebing's deck is real nice to look at.
Serum Visions.
Serum Visions. One of those is a Bolt.
So we've got a Bolt in the blue card. Neither land. Looks like he needs land.
Well,
Both to the bottom.
both to the bottom. All right.
We digging.
I dig it.
Can you dig it?
I suppose so. All right.
Yeah, Chris, we know you've gone to get your time plenty of times. It's
There's a Steam Vents.
Steam Vents tapped.
Expedition. A masterpiece, if you will. All right. A mountain. A lot of back and forth land go here.
Expect to see that this matchup.
And the person who misses their first land drop is that a...
What are you looking at?
I thought I saw a... No.
It's
no,
probably
I
a batter skull.
Probably a batter skull that I couldn't see. Yes, it's a batter skull. I thought it was the card that lets you end your turn.
The card that lets you end your turn.
What's it called? It's something like
Sundial of the Infinite.
Sundial of the Infinite.
I've played that one to great effect in some Commander games.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah. Didn't miss this land drop, Justin Gebing.
Yeah, that is not the card that's in Gebing's hand. It's almost assuredly a batter skull.
Although, if he did have that card, this game would be going slightly faster because he could just end his turn early.
Right.
Skip so many phases.
Oh yeah, all the phases. It's not that version of Batter Skull though. I'm pretty sure he has the Grand Prix promo.
Yeah, he has the Grand Prix promo batter skull, which looks way worse in my opinion.
Sure. But it's a promo, so is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Victor Kurz on the race to the bottom with this life total that's dwindling under these fetch lands and this lightning bolt. Do you see this match coming down to lightning bolts?
No.
No, okay.
I see it coming down to Victor Kurz pulling the trigger first and losing as a result.
Get Nancy.
Yeah.
He's got the Celestial Colonnades, so once he gets to like 10 mana in play, firing one of those up is basically free.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically a free roll.
So, if I'm Justin Gebing here, I like playing out my Vidalcan Shackles.
Okay. Here's a Snapcaster Mage. This is the RPTQ promo. And he's chosen Serum Visions as the target.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever moves more cards and gets to the operative cards first is going to be the victor here.
Kill the Snapcaster.
The victor of the match. I mean, Victor's always going to be Victor.
I don't know about that.
I don't think that we could,
He could get a name change.
he could pull a, Caitlyn Jenner on us.
Yeah.
He's a very slightly built man.
Victoria Kurz.
He would probably look good.
He's been hitting the gym.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't change the fact that he's like 5'5".
All right, so now we're gonna see the power of Celestial Colonnade.
Right, we've got.
Did we just
3,
double draw
6, 7,
for
8.
turn? That felt like a double draw. I don't know.
So we've got 8 lands, 9 in play now with the Colonnade. Snap Bolt here.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Victor's going to consider it. This would represent like five points of damage because I'm almost sure he's going to get the free attack in. Because he can't let... Okay. So Bolt's going to resolve. So this is interesting. So what Gebing should do here, what I think you should do, is try and resolve a spell first. Get Victor to tap below where he can activate the colonnade.
Oh, I want to get in there. So
and then try and get in with the...
He's got a...
Or you think it's more important to resolve the spell?
Yeah, way more important to resolve the spell. I think if you can resolve this Fidelkin Shackles after he blocks with Colonnade...
Yeah, do you get that Colonnade forever?
You get a Colonnade.
That's insane.
It's pretty good.
And I guess that card will always have power less than the number of islands you have.
That's true. You do have to keep it tapped, I believe.
You control target creature with power less than or equal to. Sure. Alright. So here comes Shackles.
Feels so good. So he can leak this, I guess. But
I
he
mean,
has
if
to
he leaks, I
fetch
pay.
twice. Mr. Steal Your Girl. Pathing his own land.
His own land in response. That's interesting.
I don't know that that's great.
You don't know that... I mean, you definitely can't let him have it.
So, you eliminate, but you have another Celestial Colonnade, and he'll never be able to activate his. So you're still getting there for 4. Now it opens up this Vidalcan Shackles.
Oh, so you can never... So he turned off both his Celestial Colonnades effectively.
Right. At the cost of getting rid of a dead card and getting a land.
So interesting.
Enough. So I don't know how Victor wins this match anymore. Without colonnades, this is definitely an uphill battle.
Yeah, it's interesting. The question is, how does Justin win the match?
Justin can just sit back. So Victor's at 12. Justin has only used one of his lightning bolts.
Right. And 2 of his Snapcaster Mages.
Right, so he
theoretically has like 5 lightning bolts left in his deck.
Right.
It only needs to cast 4 of them.
He's definitely in the driver's seat here.
I think Justin has a Planeswalker in his hand as well.
He has a Tameo. I don't want to force anything out here, though.
No, I think he has a red Planeswalker.
A red Planeswalker? That'd be spicy. I didn't see that, but... He definitely has a red card. Oh, that's a red Planeswalker, alright.
I don't know which one it is.
It might be a 6-mana Chandra.
Okay. So Victor has to... We're down to needing to cast... Still 4 lightning bolts. Or activate a 6-mana Chandra twice.
Really, if that 6-mana Chandra resolves, that's just... game over.
An embarrassment.
Game over.
Alright, so we got lots of action in Gebing's hand. He definitely has more proactive cards in his hand than Victor does. The question is, how do we get them into play? What series of events has to transpire?
This Electrolyze is good.
Electrolyze puts Victor down at 9. I might even just cast it here. No, he's going to discard the Tameo.
Yeah, you want to cast it at end of turn.
right, this brings Victor to a 3 lightning bolt range. That's how I'm going to judge this one, because I'm almost certain that lightning bolt's going to be the deciding card here.
Speak of the devil.
Here's the devil himself. Lightning bolt target you. And so Justin's more than happy to get into a counter war over this, because he has many better follow-ups in his hand.
Right.
So he will definitely spend a mana leak and a remand on this.
Definitely an option.
Dispel.
So I do like mana leaking this. Oh, remand your own spell. I like that.
That's cool. See, I like mana leaking his mana leak here.
Yeah, mana leak the bejesus out of that mana leak feels good.
Or you could remand the dispel.
Remand the dispel, puts the dispel back in his hand. You draw a card, and then he can just dispel your remand on your own.
Sure, right, yeah.
Or on your lightning bolt, and it makes your remand fizzle.
Okay. So I think he's waltzed Kurz out on the dance floor here. And
so 4 mana open, no cryptic mana. So you can try to play around 2 mana leaks here, but he's already mana leak 2. So
I think you go for the Planeswalker here.
Going for the Planeswalker is big game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if
because you have a mana leak backup.
Okay.
Mana leak. And then
so you can't pay for the mana leak.
Right, but you can mana leak him back.
Well, then it makes him pay he has the 3 to pay for it, so I don't like mana leaking that.
Very interesting. There's a Blood Moon.
Blood Moon would have been really good last turn.
Concur.
Or this turn.
Right.
I think you put the bolt on top.
Yeah. See, Blood Moon's another proactive card here, because it leaves Kurz with minimal blue mana, and then you can force through more spells that way.
Oh, Victor wants to get frisky with this colonnade.
Is that happening? Man, if he does, he's opening this Batterskull window.
Yeah, he's just conceding the point at that point.
I don't think if Justin resolves Batterskull that you can win this game.
Oh, absolutely not. It becomes very difficult. I mean, there are definitely outs still,
so to speak. Oh, passes the turn. Oh, so what he's gonna do is he's got shackles this time. Right. End of turn bolt? Nope.
we can save it. I don't know if I like saving it now that we've drawn the Snapcaster, but
Yeah, retrospectively, not the best. Here comes Batterskull. It's a germ token. That's a trigger for those of you out there playing in competitive REL events. You got to announce all your triggers.
announce your triggers.
You're going to path to exile the germ token.
Sure.
I'm fine with this.
Get a land.
It's a free land. Yeah, I think for Gebing, you just kind of hang out. You return the battle call at the end of turn, and you might cast it some other point in time.
Yeah, you just
because like you're gonna bounce a batter's call, bolt, snap, bolt, and then he has to yeah. Or we're gonna snap, bolt.
You just let this spell snare happen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Move that Vidalcan Shackles back. Get it out of here.
Get it out of here. Get out of here. Yep. Man, he is showing some patience with this lightning bolt.
It doesn't do anything right now.
I know. I would have.
You're just
spent
very
that.
anxious.
I just like casting lightning bolt.
That's understandable.
I think it's a great card. It's an important card. It's a card we should admire. All right. Kurz is untap. Get in with the. Yeah, see, here's where you can cryptic command, I think.
Yeah, I like this cryptic.
Yep.
Count to draw. Scoops him up.
Whew.
So there you have it.
So Justin was able to leverage a not very impactful card in the matchup into something that was very, very good.
Absolutely.
I think the Vidalcan Shackles really shined there. It interacted with the small win condition that Victor has. Like his win condition is either Celestial Colonnade or Vendilion Click, right?
Right.
So, yeah, that kind of small window you have there, it's awesome.
Yeah, no, he definitely did work with that Vidalcan Shackles.
Do you think the lightning bolts come out?
Depends on what he can bring in. I mean, he's obviously bringing in some cards. Probably some Dispels or some other...
Right, cheaper removal. Spell Snare is probably a strong one here.
I don't know that Spell Snare is great.
So everything's going to be a counter war, because both decks have very small numbers of
Threats.
impactful cards.
Yeah, I like upping the threat count a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just think that when you have a threat, you want to resolve it. And so those counter spells that are cost less and are impactful in those counter wars, that's where you want to be.
Yeah.
So Dispels and Spell Snares.
I think if you can
are cards I'm
resolve
interested
a
in.
resilient threat in this matchup, you're in very good shape.
Uh-huh.
And the more resilient threats you have, the more frequently you can take advantage of misplays or shields being down.
Sure.
So in that instance, when Justin was able to get the Celestial Colonnade to block,
Right.
like that was a huge deal because then he could resolve his Vidalcan Shackles. But if he didn't have a threat in that instance and just had a bunch of counter magic, then that's a big missed opportunity.
Sure. Yeah, so that, yeah, like... Is that a thing? I thought that was just an Adidas. Here's the thing. I don't know. We're talking about the symbol on Victor Kurz's shirt. I just assume, hands down, if Victor Kurz is wearing a piece of clothing, it costs more than $100, and therefore I should just not talk about it at all because I have no sense of high fashion like that, nor the ability to participate in that world.
Sure.
He's definitely been wearing t-shirts before that. I was like, oh man, it's a nice t-shirt. And he's like, oh, well, it's this brand. And he's like, I bought it at this boutique in New York. It was fantastic because my dad was there. And I'm just like, oh, well, I don't know what that's like, so fantastic. So yeah, he might be a pot leaf. I mean, Victor's in college, and I wouldn't be surprised either way. I smoked weed when I was in college. It was fun. I'm just getting glared at. I wish there was, instead of watching these two shuffle, it was just you guys could see the faces John Douglas makes at me while I sit here and ramble on about stuff.
Yeah, they were vicious.
Vicious.
So, right. You don't want to.
Oh,
you don't
too,
bring that
too
up.
late for that.
Yeah. All right. So here's where I'm at.
Game 2.
Game 2. Both players are going to develop their board. I'm going to take a brief moment here to discuss something going on in the Magic world. This Kent Ketter situation.
Yeah.
Are you up to date on this?
Yeah, I'm up to speed with Kent Ketter. Just a couple land pass serum visions.
We'll get a bunch of these. So, I don't know at which point, although I do know at which point, it was the whole Alex Bertoncini thing, that the internet as a whole became like this. The Magic community on the internet became like this witch hunting organization.
I prefer Watchdog.
I think it had the potential to be a watchdog, but it is just witch hunt, like way out of control.
Okay.
Case in point, we had, just in this past match, we had somebody in chat bring up that Justin Gebing's placement of Videlkin Shackles off, like, by Victor Kurz's deck was scummy.
Really?
Right, and, like, I can see that, like, where you would think that if you were watching this from the stream, but you have to look at things in the context of the game. So if Victor Kurz knows it's there, it could be anywhere as long as it's not in a different zone, and it's fine.
Right.
If it was behind his deck or sideways, like right next to the graveyard, then that's scummy.
Right.
But if it's like off to the side to where it's not in the way of his lands and he can count his mana and he can play his creatures, like wherever else he wants it in his zone is perfectly legitimate.
I'm on the same.
Justin missing his fourth land drop.
Oh no! This is fine, because. So he says move to discard. Victor uses his last opportunity to electrolyze him, and Justin gets to keep all of his cards because he can dispel the instant.
Yeah. Take advantage of the free cards you're given. Like electrolyze is just dealing 2 damage and getting you a card. But this gives an opportunity. You know he's going to be flushed with counter magic.
Yeah, if your opponent has 8 cards in hand, you have to assume some of them do something. Like they have text somewhere.
Yeah.
So you letting him go to discard there may have been the correct line.
Absolutely. Bernie Wen has confirmed that was 100%.
Bernie Wen believes it's 100% of the time the correct line. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt, but you won't get such generosity from the Wen Meister. So as far as like Magic play is concerned and like movements you may make with your hands or where you place your cards, it's all about intent.
Sure.
You want to you want to be clear with your opponent as to what's going on, and when you do that, this is not
Resolve
good.
Kyrnos is not
This
good.
is not where Justin wants to be.
Justin needs a cryptic command in the worst way.
I don't even know that he needs a cryptic command. He needs like a cryptic command plus the ability to. What is this? What did Justin just play? What is it?
Is this? What is this?
Is that a? Is that the what's the guy's name? Teferi? Is that Teferi? Teferi's insane here. Bribery.
We're bribing.
Justin casts bribery, and Victor concedes on the spot because Because Victor has Emrakul in his deck. So that's a promo bribery that I couldn't identify. I thought it might be a promo at Teferi. So what bribery's going to do is going to let Justin get into Victor's deck and take any creature in there. Well, I'm going to tell you, there's a short list. Snapcaster Mage, Emrakul, Keranos. The Keranos was already on the board, so Justin would have been trying to find one of those Snapcaster Mages or an Emrakul.
There you go, Emrakul.
And of course, before letting Justin pick up his deck, Victor just extends the hand because he's worried about the cleanliness of his sleeves.
That's reasonable.
No, it was the game was over.
Oh,
he knew it was.
You
he
got
knew
us.
it was done for.
You got everybody.